Yo! Hey, man, what are you doing? We live.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Sorry, man. What happened? Okay, yeah, it's all good.
It's all good. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is the King and I Life podcast, hosted by myself, Soul Toucher the Poet, and my mans.
Son Soul Lex up in here.
What's going on, man? What's going on?
Life is life, man. Everything's good. Everything's good.
I hear you, bro. Hey, look, we back for another one.
Yes, indeed.
About to rock this one out. What are you doing? Are you researching while we on the air?
No. I had a technical difficulty glitch, so everything was up is now down. So,
oh Lord,
I'm trying to get it back on.
But while he does that, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back again to the King and I Life podcast. Again, hosted by myself, Soul Toucher the Poet, and my brother in the house, son Soul Lex over there. Yeah, last week was crazy with the technical difficulties, but look, my man held it down. He held it down.
Appreciate it.
But like always, follow us on whatever podcast platform that you subscribe to. Hit us up on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and all that other good stuff. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, or if you have some topics that you want us to talk about, hit us up, KINGANDEYE369@gmail.com. And we will definitely get you on here. Definitely get your topics put up there. You got any feedback, please drop it in. Drop it in the chat and, inbox us, send us a pigeon, call us on the phone, something like that. Whatever it is to float your boat.
Yes, sir.
Because we're trying to get you on here and get those topics talked about and all that good stuff. You got any news for the peoples?
Yes, I do. I have some very exciting news. If you will look on my brother's chest right there,
Yeah,
y'all see that, right? You see
Yeah.
that, and we finally got that new merch in.
Yes.
We got that merch in.
Yes.
I know y'all been like, oh, y'all lying. Y'all keep saying y'all got something on the way, but hey, it's here. It's here now.
It is here. Give us a minute to get the online store set up. That should be popping off in the next week and a half, 2 weeks at the latest.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna go ahead and say we're gonna have some giveaways by next week. T-shirt giveaways by next week. They're gonna be the first runs. They feel great. So definitely tune in next week so we can do them giveaways of these shirts. Stand by for the online store. We're going to do some other things other than shirts. So definitely be prepared for that.
For sure. But we are hella excited about these shirts and the other products we got coming up in the pipeline. So again, I got mine on the way.
Yes.
Was a specialty order.
Yes.
I ain't gonna drop too much about it, but again, we just look forward to being able to get those to our listeners and our viewers. So please be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, especially those who have been supporting us, man. We definitely appreciate the support and all that good stuff. Couldn't do it without y'all.
Heck no.
We could do it by ourselves, but it's best with y'all right with us as we grow and continue to grind this out. This is our baby coming to life. It was not a lifelong dream, but it was a dream.
That's it.
And it's here.
For sure.
So I can definitely appreciate where we at with this.
Yes, indeed. So we got a good topic for you guys tonight. We don't have any special guests. We just chopping it up, how we do.
Yeah,
And
how we do.
Everybody chiming in with us.
All right.
So without further ado, we know that there's been a lot of changes going on in society here lately, especially when it comes down to ethics. So,
Mm,
our topic for tonight is the changing of ethics in 2021.
yeah.
We see that there's a hell of a lot more corruption going on. There's more unnecessary violence that's taking place across the board, dang near. Um,
Hmm.
but these are things that they're happening. It's not because that's what we choose, but this is the world we live in right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the world we live in these days. It is crazy out there. I mean, it's so much going on out there. So much that we could cover, so much that we could dive into, so much that we could debate about. Um, you know, but we gonna focus on a few things, and hopefully, our listeners out there chime in, give us food for thought, some things that we can probably, incorporate into tonight's conversation, or even revisit at a later time. And if somebody out there has something compelling that we could definitely revisit, we definitely will do that. But yeah, without further ado, man, let's just kind of like jump into it, man.
All right. Times have been changing for a long time as we have been experiencing. But it seems that COVID, politics, ethics, morals, and other factors have played a significant role in how society has been coping. Tonight, we discuss some of the aspects that we have seen come about. Health and safety is going to be the number one thing we're talking about right now.
Yeah, that's a topic in itself.
It
And
is.
and I believe as time goes on, it's one thing for people to not care about their own health and safety, um, because that comes with a whole bunch of stuff. But when your actions impact others, like, and I don't mean the people that are directly around you, I'm talking about people in general. That's a different thing, and I don't think a lot of people care these days. Or even if it's not that they don't care, I think some people are so caught up in how they feel about certain things that they just blindly overlook how it affects others. And there's too many people out there with that same mindset that it's really causing, you know, a lot of friction in the world.
It is. Um, right now, the way things stand with this whole pandemic that we're facing right now, some people feel that it's dying down and it's going away, and others are more on go than ever because they don't see a change. We still have some people uh, who won't even leave their house, unless
Hmm.
it's necessary. Um, Me being in the field that I'm in, I travel, pretty much 5 6 days out of a week. So I'm in a different town, pretty much every other night or every night.
Hmm.
But it's funny to me because some towns that I will visit and some cities, uh, particular areas, everybody's, face mask down, gloves, and everything else. And
Right.
then there are other towns and, uh, small cities and metropolitan areas where no one's wearing anything.
Hmm.
And I'm like, it's crazy to me to watch the different, environments that I go through, um, where some people are super, you know, they probably put on a whole damn bodysuit if they could, and
Right.
others like, man, I ain't finna wear that.
Right.
It's crazy to me.
Man, you know, Summer's coming. People been cooped up. Events have been rescheduled for a year and a half, 2 years, and all kind of other stuff. Um, Local governments are opening stuff up and all kind of other stuff. Um, and the one thing that bothers me is this whole we're going to go in the honor system thing. As far as if you've been vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. And they're going on the honor system with that. And I particularly have a problem with that because people just walking around like, yeah, I got the vaccine, but you ain't got the vaccine. You walk around with no mask on. Do you? Do you? If you don't get the vaccine, that's your choice. But you have to think about other people, man. You just have to. Um, Regardless of what your religious background is, regardless of what your political background, regardless of your racial background, regardless of your mentality, you have to be considerate of other people when it comes to health and safety. Um, you got people walking around here with compromised immune systems, that can't take the vaccine, um, and refuse to wear a mask. Uh, then you got people walking around like they bulletproof. Yeah, in our 20s, we used to think we was bulletproof, but we was
True
in our
that.
20s and we wasn't dealing with stuff like this. And people
Right.
still walking around like that. Me and my sister and her man, we went to this bar a couple of weeks ago. We went in there masked up. Dude turned around. Hey, you ain't got to wear a mask in here. And I'm like, this joker's too damn happy about that shit. I mean, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it.
Right.
Trust me, I get it. But for me, I don't trust people like that. I just don't.
Yeah. I recently went to a graduation ceremony here recently, and you know, of course, people don't expect you to wear your mask and try to eat at the same time.
Right.
But um, before you even get to the eating, you need to have your mask on. Me
Hmm.
personally, I kept my mask on. Um, and for me, I know that I take care of myself, and I do my very best to try to stay healthy. But
Hmm.
again, um, I'm like you are saying, looking out for the next person,
Right.
because even though I haven't had any signs of what it could be, and I'm against taking the vaccination, and that's just my personal stance. Um, I just don't feel like me going into an environment, fully exposed is the proper thing to do.
Hmm.
Again, just because I'm not showing any signs of it, that don't mean that you know I'm like the average person.
Right.
So, again, I definitely feel you on looking out for other people. And again, we have people out here who have compromised, immune systems, and they can't take it. Um, I even tell you a story about a female friend of mine. Well,
Hmm.
not a friend of mine, but an associate of mine who's actually had it,
Hmm.
um, and was in the hospital, come out, and still saying, "I'm not taking the jab," as they say.
The
Um,
jab.
so I get it. That's her personal choice right there.
Right.
But again, we're just living in times where you have to look out for the next man, and some people feel like the hell with you. I'm gonna do what I want to do, and that's not
Mm.
technically the right way to look at it.
Yeah. A friend of mine is in law enforcement and had to work a funeral and was telling me that it was a Catholic church and it was at least, I think, 300 to 500 people, something like that. It was a large number of people.
Right.
None of them had masks, or very few had masks, and they were doing communion. Um, speechless, speechless.
I mean, some people are just in that mind space now where they feel like because they open the economy back up and businesses are up and running and uh, restaurants are back open and things along that line that well it's okay. So again, I think people are failing to realize even if you got the jab, you can still catch it. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
we, we want to say in our minds that yeah, I got the jab, so I'm good. But in all actuality, they're saying this is just to try to help you prevent you from getting it. It's not a 100% deal where you're guaranteed not to catch it. This is
Hmm.
something that's been put in place to try to help you from getting it.
Or,
Um,
or prevent you from getting it that bad.
right.
Um, at the end of the day, it's a virus, and I'm not in the medical field, but from my limited knowledge about viruses, uh, I don't think you could kill a virus. Um, you know, we still got viruses running around here. You still got, AIDS, you got herpes, you got the common cold, you got shingles, you got this, you got that. We have all these viruses. Um, but for me, I will take whatever precaution to keep me from getting it worse or prevent me from getting it at all, if that even is a thing. So, I mean, that's my stance on it. And again, people what's best for you, but strongly think about the people who are around you. I understand that you have your rights, this, that, and the other. You have your beliefs, but take into consideration people who are around you. Um, I'll tell you one thing that blows my mind.
Mhm.
I was at because I'm on orders for the National Guard, and
Right.
I'm on the virus, the vaccine team. Um, I was asked by several people to get them a vaccination card. Um, One, in line with the topic of our discussion, ethics.
Right.
Ethically, I just would not feel right doing that. That's one. That's
Hmm.
not the main one. The main one is I'm not going to risk my livelihood on no nonsense like that. That's no, not doing that. Um, but if you are strongly against the virus, then you shouldn't care if you have a vaccine card or not. Uh, but if you can get it elsewhere, get it elsewhere. You're not going to get it from me because I'm not rolling like that. That's just not it. If you're not taking the vaccine, you're not taking the vaccine. Um, and I can get people in there to get the vaccine, but if you opt out, don't ask me for a vaccination card because I'm not doing that.
I heard that.
I'm not doing
It's
that.
definitely not worth your livelihood
Mm-mm.
for a lie. That's
Right.
basically what it is at the end of the day.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
a
not. I'm
lie.
not. I'm not going against my integrity or nothing like that. That's just out of the question, all the way out, all the way out. You can't offer me no amount of money for that. Because at the end of the day, let's just say I did do that, um, and a person that goes out there with this vaccine card that I gave them, they get sick and they get somebody else sick. I I can't sit with that on my shoulders. I just can't do it. I'm not going to do it.
All right.
you know, and then I would hate to give a person a vaccination card. They get sick, they end up dying, and because they was like, oh, I got me a card and I can go do this, and it's like I got to sit with that on my head too. Like, nah, I'm not doing that. No.
Yeah. I mean, we had a get together again this past weekend where we're trying to be as safe as we can. We had people who had already gotten the vaccination, some people
Hmm.
in the middle of getting the vaccination, and others who, you know, felt like they don't want to go that route.
Hmm.
So we had people wearing masks, um, basically, that hadn't got the jab,
Hmm.
And then we had some, again, who were in the middle of the process. They were wearing masks, and the
Hmm.
ones who hadn't got the jab didn't wear a mask.
Hmm.
We basically left it up to them.
Right.
And again, I think it comes down to what space are you in that you feel comfortable.
Right.
So again, I wore my mask. Everyone around me who hasn't gone that route, they're wearing their mask.
Hmm.
But the people who did, get it, they felt comfortable and they're free and they're moving around. And the point that I'm making here is, again, because we're in an environment like that, um, we were looking out for the other people. Now, if
Right.
we didn't feel comfortable, then in a space like that, you shouldn't go.
Right. Yeah.
Meaning, if you're having to get together like that and you don't feel comfortable, don't go.
Right.
If you don't want to wear your mask, don't go. It's
Hmm.
just that simple.
Yeah.
Um, but moving on, do some people take it too far when things become violent? Meaning, like we've seen, the stories or the horror stories on the news where people are actually getting into fist fights over wearing a mask.
Yeah. People taking it too far. Too far. Um, I look at it like this: mind your goddamn business. Just mind your business. If you are in your space where you want to wear a mask, don't worry about the next person. I mean, yes, if you can respectfully say, "Hey, you're supposed to wear your mask," do so. But you might be doing that at your own risk because you never know where that person that is in their headspace. Um, and then, hey, if someone is wearing a mask and you feel like they shouldn't, leave them alone. Um, if you don't want to wear a mask and somebody else does, let them wear their mask. If somebody don't want to, let them be. Um, I think it's crazy that the people who don't want to wear a mask have a problem with people who do want to wear a mask.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, and I'm laughing because I was recently in a store and I had my mask on. I was like the only one who had one on, and the lady in front of me, an older female, she looked back at me. She was like, "Why are you wearing your mask?" And I'm like, "I feel comfortable with it on." And I don't want anybody attacking me because I don't have it on. I'm like, I don't have time for drama like that. And she
Right.
started laughing. She was like, "Well, I'm not gonna attack you." And I was like, "Well, I'm glad of that." And we laughed about it, but she was going on about, how she's not gonna wear the mask, she's not taking the jab, she's not doing any of that. And I get it, but for me as an individual, again, I'm not here to play politics on whether it's safe to wear one or to not wear one.
Right.
But for me, again, I'm looking out for the next person, and
Hmm.
and hopefully, the way I see it is do your thing. I'm not the type of person who's gonna even approach you talking about you ain't got your mask on or you need to put a
Hmm.
mask on.
Me
I'm
either.
like you. I don't mind my damn business. Get whatever it is I need from
Right.
that establishment, and I don't get the hell on.
Hmm.
I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to get what I need and get on.
Yeah. Pretty much.
But
And if we already friends, we could be friends. We could dap it up and all that stuff. But hey, you don't wear them bad mask, that's on you. I'm gonna wear mine.
that's it.
Um, yeah. So, do you think it should be mandatory for people to have a vaccine record in order to fly on planes?
I don't.
Mm,
Um, I think that once you start making it to the point that people have no other choice to do it, it's kind of like you're taking one of their freedoms away. And I
interesting.
get, I get that people are trying to be safe, but according to where you're going, if you're not going halfway around the world, I'd rather damn drive. If I can drive, I'll drive. That's just me. But as
Wait a
far as
minute.
making somebody,
Wait. Why would you drive as opposed to flying?
it depends on how far I'm going.
What if it's like 12 hours and
I'll
you don't feel like
probably,
driving?
I'll probably take a flight. I'll probably
Hmm.
take a flight. I'll be honest with you. But again, just me being the type of person I am, I don't want to take anybody else's rights away from them. I think that this country has so many god dang laws and rules and regulations as is. And I get that we're trying to be safe. I get that we're trying to prevent, the spread of it. But the fact is, this is just where we're at right now. So
Hmm,
again, if you're not doing what you need to do to protect yourself, it's kind of like it falls on you a little bit there.
hmm. So let me detour around the mulberry bush to bring it back to what this little point right here.
All right, go ahead.
Do you think people do you think it should be okay for people to bring plants and stuff from other countries without any problem?
That is something I can't really speak on because I don't have any facts or information to bag up whether it's a good thing or a bad thing.
Hmm.
Um,
Well, I will put it like this.
all right.
There are certain types of plants and insects and stuff that you can't bring into the country. Like just I'm gonna go on a plane and bring this over here because of
Mm-hmm.
diseases and stuff like that. And that's kind of like I kind of in my brain equate that to people having vaccine records in order to fly on a plane. Um, let's just say you're a frequent flyer and you enjoy the luxury of flying, and a sick person who doesn't have a vaccine record gets on the plane, and let's just say 12 people on that plane get sick because of that one person who did not have a vaccine record. How would you feel about that?
I would think it's messed up, but again, that's just where we're at right now.
Mm,
You fly at your own risk, as they say.
yeah, true. I mean, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I guess that's a good question.
It is.
Uh, I think I'm in the middle on it. I guess I would say yes because I don't have a problem taking vaccines,
Hmm.
and just me personally, I don't see the big deal in taking the vaccine. Um, I've put worse things in my body than some of these vaccines. Nothing too crazy. Um,
Right.
I breathe the polluted air every day. So I mean, if the polluted air ain't killing me, I don't think a vaccine gonna kill me any faster. That's just my thought. Um,
I
but
mean, the way I look at it is like this, right? Um, Shit, we can get hit by a bus just walking out the door. I'm the type of person I feel like when it's my time to go, it's just my time to go.
mm,
I can do everything within my logical power to keep myself safe. Meaning,
mm,
wear my seatbelt, stop at stop signs and stop lights, things, of course, that along that line. But again, you can't stop the world from turning. You can't stop the universal God from doing whatever it is that entity does.
mm,
So again, it's kind of like asking for me, can I prevent my own timely passing on? I can't. Only thing I can do is exercise, eat right. You know what I'm saying? Things along that line. But again, I don't have a this magical crystal ball that tells me when it's my time to go. So
mm. Well, kids got to have vaccines to go to school. Uh, certain jobs they got to be vaccinated to work. Um, uh, babies are given certain vaccines when they're born. Um, I don't know. I say yes. At the same time, I say no. Um, who's to say? I don't know. I
all
don't
right.
know.
I mean, we just don't know right now. I mean,
I don't know.
and again, I'm not totally against it. I'm just saying at this stage right now, for me, it's going to be a no
Mm.
until, until I know exactly what is in it and the long term effects of it. I think I'll just stand on this side of the street.
Oh Lord, I can't believe you said that. Look here, boy.
For
Let
real.
look. Wait a minute. Let's back up a second. So you know what's in it in the side effects and this, that, and the other.
Yeah. I mean, let's let's
But
let's be real about it, right? And I'll throw this in right quick. So
uh,
we've had AIDS, we've had cancer, we've had all these other things going on that have been around for years and years. And you mean to tell me you can't find a cure for that shit, but you came up damn near overnight with this shit?
it's not overnight. There's a process to this, and I'm not well versed in it, but there's some process in it. Um, I look at it. I put it to you like this:
All right.
of all the millions of people, the millions of people that have been vaccinated,
Mm-hmm.
the number of deaths and adverse effects are minute to the number of people who have taken the vaccine. So, in that sense, it's not an experiment anymore. Um, so, I look at it like that. Um, that's it. I just leave it at that.
I can agree with that.
I just leave it at that. But but at the same time, for me, I'd rather err on the side of caution because I don't trust people. I get it. If you don't want it, you don't want it. But you can't trust the people next to you. Like people is walking around here with this and other illnesses, uh, coughing and breathing on people. And it's like, one day you feeling great, you feeling good, and 3 days later you sick and you be like, well, I ain't been nowhere. I ain't do nothing. I wasn't around anybody that was sick or anything. But
Right.
it's like subconsciously you didn't pay attention to everybody that was going past you. So it's like you can say I don't trust what's in it or the side effects of this, that, and the other. So you are putting your trust for your health in the hands of the thousands of people that you come in contact with in a week.
If you want to say that, then yes. But me, I feel like again, I'm not scared to die.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest with people. When they go to talking about death, I'm like, really, really. Me, I'm the type of person. I know that this is just a damn layover for me. It's kind of like flying from damn New York to California. I might have a layover in damn Florida or Atlanta or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, in my mindset of knowing that I'm energy, you can't destroy me. You can't wipe me out. Only thing you can do is take me from this plane to the next plane.
Mm-hmm.
So again, some may say that's foolish to put your hands in, random people's hands or, along that line. But again, at the end of the day, I believe in the universal God. So I have no fear when it comes to death.
I hear you.
It
Um,
just is what it is. It's just a part of life. You come in this motherfucking, there's only one way out of this bitch, as far as I
I hear
know.
you.
So why be scared of something that's inevitably gonna happen?
I'll answer that right quick. But
Go ahead.
Thaddeus says science is always working in the lab, just like like automotive makers. That 2021 car was on paper before production. I agree with you.
For sure.
Now to respond to exactly what you said, why be scared because you're going to go out this joker anyway, right?
Hmm. That's true.
Then why not take the vaccine? You're gonna go out this joker anyway. What's the problem?
Because I feel like I'd rather put my hands in the universal God's hand than to
Either
put it
way,
in
you're doing that.
man's hand.
Either way, you're
Well,
doing that. Because
if
look
you,
at it like this. Look at it like this. Look at it
all
like
right,
this. If you saying you're putting your hands in a universe, your life in a universal God's hands,
Right.
Okay, you have thousands of people that you come in contact with in a week, and you're saying, I'm going to put my life in the universal God's hands. So that means 30 people can be sick as a dog around you. Your faith is in a universal God, right?
Right.
Now, these people who are creating these vaccines are, whether they have good intentions, bad intentions, or they just, flying off the seat of their pants, doing what they do in the lab. You're still putting your life in the hands of the universal God. Either way you go.
Either
Either
way
way
you
you
go.
go.
You're right. But I'm damn sure as hell I'm not gonna put my life in the hands of someone I don't even fucking know.
But you do that when you eat fast food.
Again, I believe in a universal God. So, if it's my time to go, it's my time to go. What don't sit up here worrying about, oh my God, I just had a damn cheeseburger.
Oh,
I
then
could go right
then you
now.
can say, why am I going to say, oh my God, I just got a vaccine?
Nope. I ain't finna take that shit. Damn that. Not me.
You, yo,
Uh-uh.
you are hilarious. That's hilarious. That, you know what? And there's a lot of people out there that feel the same way. Hey, I mean, I don't knock it. To me, I just think it's ironic that, and not even directing this towards you, how a lot
Right.
of people say, I'm gonna pray on it, put it in God's hands, and this, that, and the other, and blah, blah, blah. And most people who are really into it, they have it, things happen in God's time.
Right.
Um, you know, I get it, I understand it. Does that sit well with me 100%? No. Um, but hey, it's a lot of people out there that feel that way. Again, I don't knock it, but I just think it's ironic, for people to have strong positions on one end when in all actuality, the strong positions that you have on this end somewhat mirror strong opinions on the other end. So it's like, well, I'm gonna put my faith in this on this end and not that, and then other people are doing the same thing. But at the end of the day, no matter what you put in your body, you came in one way, you're going out.
You're damn
Um,
right.
hopefully you lived your life to the fullest while you was here. So
That's it.
whichever way you go, as long as you live to the fullest, that's
I
what it
give
is.
I give you an example, right? And this is a story that not too many people have known about me. I have
Mm-hmm,
a CDL license.
mm-hmm,
Uh, I have the necessary paperwork to prove that I can drive an 18-wheeler tractor trailer if I so choose.
mm-hmm,
One particular time, I was working for this company, and I had probably about a good 20,000 pounds of weight on my truck.
mm-hmm,
I'm heading down a hill, and all of my damn brakes fail.
mm,
Unbeknownst to me, a brake line got cut.
mm,
So I'm hitting brakes for this motherfucker to stop, and it never did stop. And I'm like, oh, I'm on diamonds right now. You know what I'm talking about? So at the end of this road, I could either go right or I could go left.
mm-hmm.
There is no other way to go. I could
So
I
it
could
didn't
go
have those
straight.
truck runaway things.
No, it didn't have one of those.
Woo-wee.
Only thing that was, going forward was trees and huge trees, bushes. It probably was a gully down there. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, to make a long story short, I'm driving this truck. My brakes fail. I'm pumping these mugs. And I'm like, oh, it's about to get real.
Mm,
And the only thing I can remember thinking was, well, you know what, God? If it's my time, then let it be my time.
mm-hmm.
So, Universal God tells me, don't worry about what's coming from the left. You swing that motherfucker out and you go right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what I did. And By the grace of the universal God, nothing was coming. I'm making a turn with an 18 wheeler truck that a damn Yugo isn't supposed to make.
Mm,
And I know I'm doing about a good damn 60, 70 miles an hour. You're not even supposed to make that turn on a freaking Yugo at
mm,
15 or 20. So I make this turn. I'm drifting probably about a good damn mile and a half before I got this sun gun stopped.
mm,
So I get out the truck. I'm lost. I'm like, there's no way in hell I'm supposed to have made that.
mm,
No way. So what I'm saying to people is if you look back on your life, there was an experience, there was a time where you're like, there's no way I'm gonna make it through what I'm supposed to not make it through right now. But
mm-hmm,
you were still here. So when I look at this whole situation of being scared of a vaccine or a vaccination or whatever the hell you want to call this thing, I have no fear because I believe in the universal God. And
mm,
I'm not telling anybody who or what to believe in, but I'm saying for me, my faith, my knowing
mm.
is there's a power greater than me that exists in this universe. So what the hell I'm gonna be running around here being scared of a damn shot for?
You mean scared of the virus?
Yes, thank you. But my thing is that I'm going back to and I'm trying to get people to understand is when it's your time to go, it's your time to go. If it's not meant for you to go, you're not going anywhere.
Hey,
And that's just one time that, my life has been in a situation like that. I could go on and on like several freaking times. I
hey,
wasn't supposed to make it through, but I did.
I mean, that's where you are with it, and I feel the same way with me. I got the vaccine. I ain't scared. I don't care whatever they doing. I got it. So if it's meant for me to go from getting the vaccine, it's meant for me to go.
That's it.
Other than that, I'm gonna keep on trucking.
For
That's
sure.
that's
Always.
it. Um. So do you think people care about other people's health concerns?
I want to say overall, no.
Mm,
But I do believe that there are certain individuals who do care. That I think the society as a whole, we've gotten to a place where it's all about me individually. And it's a sad thing compared to what it was like when we grew up.
mm,
So now it's kind of like there's certain individuals still here trying to, look out for the next man or the next woman, the next human
mm.
being, as they say. So, what are your thoughts?
I think um, there's a good amount of people who care, and there's a good amount of people who don't. Um, Other than that, there's not too much debate in that for me. I mean, I can't put a percentage on, if people care more than they don't care. Um, and I definitely would not base it on what the media is pushing. Um, I can only base it on the people that I come in contact with, and thankfully, I've generally been in contact with people who lean more towards caring about other people's health concerns. I do know of some people who, don't give a damn, and have put people in certain situations, especially with this virus. And I think it's sad that they've done that. Selfish.
Yeah,
Uh, just wanting to be somewhere and be in the mix with other people, but overall I've come in contact with people who care. I have seen people who don't care, um, and I think it's unfortunate that they do that. um, and I guess that's why for me, when it comes to people having um, vaccination records to fly on airplanes or public transportation in general, I think I would lean more towards Um, I would
mhm.
lean more towards mandatory vaccinations for some people because some people just don't care. And If it's not for me, it's for those who are not in a position to make a choice, like, children or elderly, um, who, sometimes, just can't make that choice of whether they're going to get a vaccination or not, or, people just walk just like, when it was around that time when people was with HIV and AIDS, just didn't give a damn. It was, bitter and infecting people just because they could.
True that.
It's stuff like that where I feel like, yeah, people should be vaccinated, because it's like you have people in the world like that. Um, and ethically and morally, I think those people are just trash. I mean, if for nothing else, just respect another person's, life overall. If something is not for you, then it's not for you. But have the humanity to give a damn about somebody else. Just, like, come on. Like, people complain about, laws and this, that, and the other. And, you know, a lot of times these laws put in place because people do stupid stuff like that. Um, and it's like people just don't get it. Then they get mad because these laws are in place. Well, if people stop doing stupid shit, then maybe some of these things won't be an issue at all.
True. I mean, all the points you're making are very valid. Um, when it comes down to people actually looking out for other people nowadays, I think people are more inclined to look out for their family members
Hmm.
than strangers, which is crazy to me. I
Yeah.
mean, we look at the news and we see all this violence that is going on and being played out. Um, People could say, we should take guns away because of the not so sane people who are using them to kill other people.
Hmm.
It kind of falls underneath the same umbrella here to a certain extent. Um, Even if we took all the guns away, people would still find a way to get their hands on them. It's kind of like when you've heard that reference of locks only keep out honest people.
Mm.
It's true because an honest person see a lock. If it's not their intention to break into this place, they're gonna keep walking by.
Yeah.
But then we still have some people who, whatever's behind that lock or that gate or door, whatever, the case may be, is their intention to get in there and steal what's behind that lock.
Mm.
So it's kind of like that, to a certain extent. Uh,
Yeah, true.
Only the smart people are gonna do the smart things. Only the stupid people or the not so smart people who have the wrong intentions are gonna do what they do.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, man.
Yep. But we can also say that the abuse of leadership and authority has come about. Um, Politicians seem to be doing for themselves and not for the people.
um, this is frustrating to no end. Um, Not that this is a new thing, though. It's not a new thing. I think it's just gotten more ridiculous in the past 4 or 5 years. Like, people are really showing their true colors. Um, I was listening to something today, um, and you have so many homeless people on the streets in so many cities. You have so much poverty going on in so many cities. You have crime out off the charts in so many places.
Right.
And these people in leadership roles are restricting people's rights to vote. Like, why? You have nothing better. You have no more serious issues in your city or in your state than to abuse your power by taking away people's rights to vote. And that's just one thing. That's just one thing
It is.
that has
It,
serious implications.
it is. I mean, the thing about politicians, I feel that there are some politicians who actually want to help their communities. They actually want to help the people. I think that there's an invisible wall um, in certain establishments that prevents those people from doing the right thing.
Mhm.
It's kind of like you have to go along in order to get along. You have to wash somebody else's back, even though their back is dirty as hell, and yours might even already be clean. But
Mm.
in order to get things done, you got to go along with them. Um, but as far as the voter registration and the voter, act and people being blocked from being able to do that, um, they've been doing that since the actual, the whole voting thing came about. So that's nothing new under the sun. I think that it's crazy that it's still happening here in 2021. And like you said, there are so many other things you as a politician can be focusing on in your own city or your own district. So why focus on something like that when you see all these homeless people, these people losing their homes, and you know, people who have families are now living out in the street or living in their cars or
Mm.
um, having to move in with other families. I mean, oh, it frustrates me to no end, like you say. But um, I think that there are certain things. If politicians truly wanted to help the people, they could,
They could.
and I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Because, I mean, and that's just on a large scale, man. That's on a large scale.
Yes.
Just think about on a lower scale where people in positions of authority are taking advantage of the system or people, under them or less fortunate than them and stuff like that. It's just crazy. Um, you know, could it be due to people not holding politicians accountable? I say yes to a degree and no to a degree. You can hold the politician accountable to a degree, but for me, um, I'm a voter. And my thing is we need people to really make their voices heard as best they could. At the same time, change takes people to make it. It's not again, it's not we didn't get to where we are overnight. Um and the system didn't get to where it is overnight.
All right.
Um but I think if people make a stronger stance on certain things, then things will change a little bit faster or they will look a little different.
I can agree with that. It's kind of like the podcast we had with the whole people in Detroit situation. Um, how that situation is being described, right?
Hmm.
We know that there are certain politicians within the city of Detroit who are busting their humps trying to keep people within their homes.
Hmm.
But on the flip side of that, there are other politicians like, I don't give a damn.
Mm.
How do this help me as an individual? It don't help them. So it's
Right.
kind of like they're not going to put their energy in anything that that's going to help the actual people of their city because it
Hmm.
doesn't help them as an individual. And
Yeah.
that's the most craziest thing, to me ever, because all these people help get you into the position that you are in now, which is a
Hmm.
position of power.
Right.
And instead of you helping, these citizens, you using your position of authority and you're only looking out for a certain few. I mean, we could go on and on about it, but unfortunately, some people are just abusing their authority. And, it's nothing new, but it's just coming out more and more to the light now, as they say. I feel anyway.
Hmm. So let me throw a question out there,
All right.
and we touch on it real quick because I know this question could take us to the moon.
Right.
When it comes to abuse of leadership and authority, um, us as a people,
Right.
it's bad enough that us as a people, whether it's in this country or around the world, we struggle to get what we are owed, what we deserve, what we can achieve, and all this, that, and the other.
Okay.
How do you feel about our people who reach those positions of leadership and authority? They abuse it, and for lack of a better term, they set us as a whole back.
Ooh, that's a big question. Very big question. I'm gonna have to answer that in two parts. Um, the first part being, I know a lot of people aren't gonna agree with me on this.
Mm-hmm.
I gives two F's about them,
Mm,
and
interesting.
the reason I say this, remember, there's two parts now. The reason I say this is because the people have to realize the power is with them.
Mm,
We can't keep putting these people into these positions and they ain't doing, or they're not doing anything but shitting on the rest of us.
mm,
So once we as the people realize that, we got to do it for ourselves, then and only then will things change. Um, the second part of that is, again, I'm frustrated. I feel like I've been thrown in an ocean without a damn life raft.
mm.
That the undercurrent is basically taking me wherever the hell it wants to, meaning these dirty politicians and these people in authority, um, they're basically doing whatever the hell they want to. And again, only I as an individual can, to a certain extent, do what I can do, meaning take it upon myself to live righteously, to not participate in things that I see that don't benefit all of us. The best thing I know to do is to keep the man in the mirror in check.
Mm,
So it's kind of like I'm riding the fence without riding the fence.
mm.
For those who can understand, and I hate that it has to be that way, but for me, I can't choose one side or another because either way, if I'm not benefiting myself or benefiting the people around me, then what the hell am I doing?
So, is it safe to say that you don't believe that you are your brother's keeper?
I believe I am my brother's keeper, but I can't save my brother when my brother refuses to wake up.
Okay, well, from what you were saying,
Right,
you're talking about the people in these positions and you how you don't care, and you know people have to take it upon themselves to get you know you know where they need to be.
right.
Problem with that is for us, there's strength in numbers. One,
There is. There is.
two. If we get someone in that position, we need to stand behind that person because that person should be a decent enough person to lead us collectively forward. So when you look at it, if we all step back and be like, you know, I'm gonna make sure the man in the mirror is good, damn everybody else, then we kind of are no better than what we are or what we've been. Because everybody's, I ain't worried about that. I ain't worried about this person. I ain't worried about that person. Um, I can't care about what that person over there is doing. But if we want to get back to that village mentality from which we were birthed, um, if we want to make a stand as a unit, then we kind of can't have that mentality because the disappointing thing to me, like for instance in Baltimore,
Mm-hmm.
two female mayors of Baltimore,
Right.
it's like, yeah, they got in. Both had to get out of office on some corrupt stuff. And it's like, the sad thing about that is when one of us makes it, we should uplift them. We should congratulate them. We should celebrate them. We should have our younger ones saying, you know what, if they could do it, I could do it. And when they fall to the wayside by foolish acts, it's like it's disappointing because it's like, you're robbing someone behind you the chance of achieving because they're going to look at it as, oh, we can't trust your kind, even though that's a messed up way for others to look at it, but we can't trust your kind to be in this position because you get up here, you're going to break the law. Even though broken laws have no color or gender. But my point is for us, when one of ours gets in there and messes up like that is disappointing to me because it's like it's bad enough that we have to fight to get a slither of respect in a lot of places out here.
All right. Again, we could go on and on about this,
Yeah,
but
but I just wanted to throw that question out
I'll
there.
keep this real quick. I'll keep this real quick, right? Just kind of rebuttal that a little bit. Um, when I say I don't give a damn, I'm speaking from a place of I only care about people. When it comes down to certain individuals, like we put our faith in these damn politicians and they get up there and they shit on us, meaning they go the corrupt way. Then it's kind of like, why are we continuously putting our faith in one person?
We're not putting our faith in one person. It's just
I,
that
I
that
get it.
one
I get it.
person is the one that rose to the rank. So it's like we have to rely on that person. It's not putting our faith. It's like, okay, you're the one who made it. So it's like, all right, let's go. Let's get it.
I get it. I'll give you a prime example, right? There's a famous coffee chain everybody fond of, but they've been in the news for several occasions of having, melanated people or Moorish people arrested on some BS, right? So the thing about it is, me as an individual, when I say as an individual, I can't stop my brother from going in there. I can't stop my sister from going in there purchasing this coffee. But for me as an individual, I can stop myself from going in there, meaning I choose not to spend my money with these. That's what I can do as an individual. I don't have to spend my money with you. I can take my money across the street to somewhere or to someone else. It's kind of like I believe in supporting Moorish businesses, right? Melanated business, indigenous business, however you want to call it. If I can put $1 out of my pocket into one of my brothers or sisters' pocket, I'm willing to do that. I don't always have to go spend my money with someone else who doesn't even look like me or even respect my people. I'll give you one prime example and I'll let it go. I'll get off it. There's a store back in my hometown, right? This store has been in existence ever since I was a kid. The people who own this particular store are racist as hell. Like just flat out racist against people that look like me. But there are several people within my town who constantly go in this goddamn store. They constantly spend their money with these people, knowing these people can't. stand your black ass. But me, I don't go into this store. I don't even look at this store. So when I say until the people realize the power is within them, if everybody in my hometown that look like me stopped going into this business would fail. But again, I can't stop them. I can only control me and my actions.
But
So
you're
forgive me
talking about
for being a
an
little passionate
establishment.
about it, but
You're talking about an establishment of people who don't look like us. I'm talking about the ones that look like us. And I'm talking
again, we
about,
don't have to support those people either.
but what I'm saying is, when we have that and you say, I only control me, and let's not support that, it's like, do you have the same disdain for those of us who do the same as those as them?
I do.
Okay, so now when it comes to collectively, if we put someone, we gonna get back on this on another topic
Yeah.
because
We'll come back to it. We'll come back to
we're
it,
gonna
but
get back to that one. Let's jump into privacy.
all right.
Our private, what are your thoughts on privacy laws, and do you think they are adequate?
I think that people volunteer their damn privacy now. Meaning our phones. Our phones pretty much hold damn near our whole lifeline. You know, we
Hmm.
have our pictures in there, we have our bank codes, we have certain secrets and certain apps that we try to keep. I mean, the list goes on and on. But for the most part, we pretty much volunteer our privacy. We give it up willingly because in order to get to whatever we need, we have to agree to this particular thing without even
Hmm.
reading it. So again, I just think that in this country right now, a lot of our privacy is being stripped away from us. When we have so many big things happening, it's kind of like you guys watch my left hand. Don't pay attention to my right hand. What my right hand is doing. Just keep paying attention to my left hand. That's kind of like where we are right now. And again, there's no one to blame in particular, but then there's everyone to blame because we all willingly take part in it. Do I agree with what laws are in effect now? It comes down to certain laws.
Hmm.
I don't have a list in front of me, so I can't name anything off. But again, when it comes down to someone who's
Oh
supposed to
man.
be in a higher authority or a position of authority, telling me what I can and can't do within the confine of my own home, um, I have a problem with that.
Hmm.
So, I'm the type I feel like as long as I'm not causing harm to myself or to my family or to my community or, anyone who's living and breathing or an animal who's living and breathing, I'm good.
Hmm.
But why in the hell are you trying to peek into what the hell is going on within my phone or within the confines of my own home?
Hmm.
That's just crazy to me. But it's just the society that we live in now, I think.
Good point. Good point.
And what are your thoughts, sir?
I think privacy laws are trash. I think I think the overall expectation of certain privacy is trash. Um, I think privacy only, um, the limits of one's to me, the limits of one privacy dwell within what you can knowingly physically control. For
Right.
instance, if you have a problem with, you know, your information getting out on the phone or your computer or something like that. Don't have Wi-Fi, don't have internet, don't have a phone, don't have none of that. Don't have social media. Um, if you also, if you feel so strongly about that, don't go work for anybody but in a farm or something where you don't have to fill out any paperwork to get a job.
True that.
Um, Also, along with that, get you a bike or a horse and buggy because
Technology is a motherfucker, man.
computers are everywhere. Um, uh, if you have other concerns about your privacy, don't tell people your business.
True that too.
Um, you know, I, I can't only look at it at a phone because privacy has been an issue for as long as people could open their goddamn mouth. And privacy has been more tricky as technology has come along. Um,
It has.
you sign up for cable, you sign up for your store rewards card, your travel rewards, and all this, that, and the other.
Mm-hmm.
You're throwing your information out there. Every time you swipe that rewards card, they tracking what you spend your money on.
Yeah, yeah. Every time
When
you
you get your
insert that
rewards
chip,
cards and you check into the Hilton in San Diego, they tracking that. If you want to get you a honey boo boo night with the side piece and you check into a hotel, I don't think they taking cash anymore like that.
no, not at the top ends, homie. Not at the top
Then
end.
then then you can't talk about privacy. People kill me with the privacy thing. Oh, big brother this. Oh, big brother that. Why the hell are you worried about big brother when you giving your information willingly?
True.
I mean, on your phone you can turn off uh the location thing. That means nothing.
Nope.
It means nothing. You can go on Amazon or whatever website and get a tracking device and throw it in your car so you can see where your boo is going whenever they out on the road.
Yes, you can.
Um, as far as all that other stuff, a lot of us don't read the fine print on a lot of things.
We don't.
So when you're applying for all these things and stuff out there and you're searching the web and this, that, and the other, you're being tracked. Your information is being bought and sold. There are breaches that happen with your banks, with your library, um, government agencies, state, federal, and all of that stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
your
Phone
information is out
companies.
there. I mean, if somebody wants to know what the hell you're doing, all they got to do is hell. They don't even have to do. All they have to do is know where the hell you live and look up public records.
Yep.
Before technology was around, before you can go online and do it, all they had to do was go down to the local courthouse and fill out a paper or two and scroll through your records.
That's true also.
Privacy laws are garbage to me.
They are.
Garbage.
Crazy
Yeah.
part about that is when it comes down to the internet, people can damn near put whatever the F they want to on the internet, whether it's true or not.
Mm-hmm.
And you, as the individual, will go through straight hell trying to get an untruth about you discarded.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy to me. It blows my mind that we, as a society, have allowed this to be something damn near, for the lack of a better word, normal. There's nothing normal about that.
It's not crazy to me because it's been going on for years,
It has.
forever. Before the cyber age, it's been going on.
Yeah. Rumors, for example.
Hey, if we want to make something up. We can go make a Wikipedia page about somebody. That easy. You have no privacy. You get enough people and they know enough about you that's factual, and they can twist it, blend it, and turn it to whatever they want. I think privacy laws are garbage. Um, and yes, I also think there are too many closed door handshakes. You know, yeah, every pretty much every system that we have in place in the world is an open door to your privacy. Um, yeah, put a strong password, this, that, and the other on it, blah, blah, blah. Somebody still has access to your information.
True.
Period. I mean, if you go on a lot of these websites, you when you use this website, you consent to certain monitoring, this, that, and the other.
You
Privacy
do.
laws are garbage.
I totally agree with you. Um, when it comes to these closed door handshakes, meaning back door or back room deals, I think that again, it kind of ties back in with the whole politicians. They make so many backroom deals that it's a damn crying shame. When it comes down to business, um, there are monopolies that are out here, but they're portraying themselves as not being that way. Meaning, part of the company is under this name, and another part of the company is under that name, but the damn mother company is the same. So it's
Yo.
crazy. It's crazy. Um, how many businesses are actually like that? I'm not gonna throw any out, but I was actually looking at that a while back, um, and it blew my mind how many companies are actually owned by the same mother company or father company, however you want to put it.
I'm gonna throw one out there
Go ahead.
because although I knew it was like that, it literally blew my damn mind back in, like, I want to say 2000, somewhere around there. I was working in the warehouse. Sherwin Williams, very popular company.
True.
In this company, I worked on a line filling bottles of Mop and Glow. The Mop and Glow for the wall, floors and stuff, right?
Right.
At a certain time, they stopped the line to switch over labels. They switched from Mop and Glow to Mop and Shine. I said, what in the like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yes.
And that prompted me to go on the primitive web, the web world back then.
Hmm.
And I was like, wow. And then, again, I knew this because, GM and Chevy and all of them, they got certain body style cars with different names.
True.
Ford, Lincoln, Mercury, same damn thing.
Yes.
Ford had to deal with Mazda, and Chevy Toyota had to deal with Chevy. Um, but yeah, blew my mind.
It
But
does.
companies by companies and by companies and by companies, and it's like, yo, Taco Bell is owned by Dine Brands, and like, what the fuck? Like, if you look up Dine Brands, you see how many different companies they own.
Hmm. So it's kind of like McDonald's and Burger King directly across the street from each other.
Mm-hmm.
But little do people know that by being a franchisee, you can own both damn businesses.
Mm-hmm.
Even
Hey,
though, it's saying y'all are direct competition, but you really are not.
yeah. I remember the first time I saw a Taco Bell and a KFC in the same building. Like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, but y'all owned by Pepsi. But that's that.
Yeah, yeah. But my thing about that is, um, you can fool uh, you can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time. If I'm saying that correctly,
But you could fool an idiot every day.
you damn sure can now. You can do that now.
Mm,
It's kind of like with Ford, for example, the Mustang.
mm-hmm.
I'm a Mustang fan. I love that particular brand of car they have. But when you have a boss, you got a Mustang, you got a Mustang GT, you got a Mustang GT 350, you got a Mustang 500
Cobra.
Cobra. I mean, the list goes on, but it's still the same damn car.
Yeah.
But people, again, because it has a different name that appeals to them,
Mm-hmm.
you know, again, you still buying the same car.
Mm. Yeah. That's but that's a part of greed.
It is.
You
It
know,
is. Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just a
yeah.
part of greed.
Let me shoot it into you like that. You don't like that particular name, that particular color. I got something different.
Mm.
Come get you one.
Yeah.
But moving on to greed. Have some businesses or individuals taken advantage of the PPP loan program?
Where do we start with this madness?
Oh
I
man.
mean, look, 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 look. And this goes back to what I was saying about our people. And and this why I had pretty kind of asked you this question when it comes
Right.
to our people.
Mm-hmm.
We have it hard enough, right?
Yes.
And then we have certain people in certain places and they're doing stupid shit. That does not only affect that person. And I get what you're saying. Oh, I just got to worry about me and me doing the right thing. But at the end of the day, when a person does something stupid like that, it does not just affect them. This greed and ignorance affects other people. It really does. You got oh, and let me make it clear what I mean about it affects other people.
Right.
I'm talking about psychologically. Because you see one idiot on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook Live, and this, that, and the other with their PPP money, making videos with stacks of money, PPP this, jewelry, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah.
Bowling.
You have this psychological effect that falls onto the next dummy, and they go out and do the same damn thing. And then you have this appearance that, oh, wow, damn, I wonder how they did it. Let me inbox this person and see what they did and how they did it. Oh, you know
Mhm.
what? I did this, I did that, and I got the money in like 3 days and blah, blah, blah. They gave me like 30,000, blah, blah, blah. And I'm flossing and balling and this, that, and the other. Then they get popped.
Yes.
Then another one get popped and another one get popped. And it's like, okay, dummy. Now, you say, I got to worry about the man in the mirror. I have to say, no, you're doing it wrong because you did this and you influenced another person to do this and you got 30 people. Let's just keep it at 30 people.
All right.
You got 30 people who got 30, 40, $50,000. Half of them got popped because they was doing something stupid, and you have a good majority of them who may not have gotten popped because they did smart, and then you have a certain amount of people who were legit. Then you got a jackass on goddamn line talking about I gotta go fund me because they about to get me for spending the PPP money. Look, jackass, especially one of us who have to struggle to get a little bit of respect in the world. You see what your ignorance, your ethical brain, your corrupt morals, you see what you have done to someone else who wants to look up to your stupid ass. This is why, to a degree, we have a problem with abuse of leadership and authority, because you have somebody doing something stupid out of greed, and you have a lot of people who want to follow in this stupidity, and now we're all falling and struggling. We cannot build a village with people like that because of greed.
I would agree. Here's my thing, man. Excuse me. The reason why I can't take on the whole thing of, it make us all look bad. A lot of people, they have that mentality of, he did the whole flossing and balling thing. He basically took the money and spent it on BS, and that makes us all look bad. I don't see it that way. I see it as that individual made themselves look bad. Just because we, share the same melanin, that don't mean we blood. We can't. That don't mean we have the same mentality. So if someone else want to look at that individual and say, yeah, you made your uh people of your nationality look bad, then that's them. But I'm not going to take on that damn negative energy. I did the right thing. I refused to, get involved in something that, I knew I couldn't be legit about. If I legitimately had a business where I could have used the money to either help that business or help my employees, um, then fine, so be it. And there were a whole lot of people who did do that, who did take the money and do the right thing with it. And their businesses are flourishing, and they were able to help their employees, and on and so forth. But for, again, those people that did do the wrong thing, you know, like they say, you can't do the time, don't do the crime.
Mm,
And there have been plenty of people getting popped left and right. They dropping like flies out here, people. Dropping
mm.
like flies. Because they knew, again, morally, they were doing the wrong thing. How you up here go from, damn near losing your business, if you even had one, to now you flossing with these 50,000, 30,000, however many thousand you got with this loan, and then think the government, the US government, is not going to come back around and check your papers, as they say. So it comes down to each individual. If you want to be a dumbass and get yourself involved in something is going to take a hell of a lot of paperwork and lawyer fees and money, and losing a whole lot of shit for a little bit of paper, who's it didn't put you forward, it put you back. So that comes back down to an ethical thing of, if I can't get it the legit way, meaning I got a legitimate business, I have legitimate employees, I have legitimate concerns, for my business, then why am I messing with something that can put me behind bars for who knows how many years, so I can floss, so I can be seen? Come on, man. That's on individual terms right there. That's how I see that.
Well, I'm not going to say that. And even if I previously did say it makes us all look bad,
No,
let
I'm not
me.
saying you. I'm not saying
No, no,
you.
no. I'm just saying if I had said that, because I don't remember if I said that. Um, I'm gonna put it like this, because I feel like whatever stupidity you did don't make me look bad. It'll make you look bad. I'm going to say it's disappointing to me looking at us as a collective, because you could have used that skill, or whatever you want to call it,
Mm-hmm.
for something, for to do something better. Like, if you were savvy enough to get $30,000 out the government, and it could benefit you in a better way other than you flossing, then you should take that skill or whatever it is and put it to good use.
Correct.
And and what I say what I'm saying, what I'm pretty much saying, what I was trying to say before is, when we get somebody up there in that spot, instead of you using that position of authority and all the things that we were previously talking about, instead of you using that to bring other people forward, you not only set yourself back, but you corrupt the ambition of people who looked up to you. So it's like, yes, I agree with you. Only person I can check is the person I'm looking at in the mirror. But at the end of the day, when you are in that position and you got somebody back there or to the side of you saying, congratulations, good move, hey, let's do this work, let's get this, let's get that, and you do something out of greed and abusing authority, is disappointing to me as a collective, because it's like, not only did you let people down who were right there with you, you let people down who's coming behind you. So it's like, again, we can't build a village if the person who's, stepped up to lead falls on their own stupidity. And again, I'm looking at the collective. Yes, we have to mind ourselves, but we have to be our brother and sister keeper. But, when it comes to greed and stuff like that, again, yeah, that was on you. I can't own that. I can't even relate to that. But again, it sets the tone for the people who are coming behind you, because it's like, well, damn, is that what I have to look up to? And the crazy thing is, when you find out all the particulars about certain things, especially when it comes to greed, and it's like, your greedy ass got set up by them over there because you was looking for a come up that you didn't earn. And that people is out there trying to set you up or keep us down. And you stepped into that. That's my whole angle on that.
I agree with you. I can't dispute anything you're saying there. Um, People at the end of the day are going to be who they are.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a good thing, but it's a sad thing also. Because, like you're saying, the people behind us, the ones who are actually looking for um, guidance or an example of someone doing it the right way, when they see someone, such as politicians or, these sports authorities, athletes, um, actors, actresses, however you want to put it,
Mm-hmm.
uh, who got or who have gotten to a certain height in society, and then they do something stupid, and you were way up there at the top, and now you coming down to the bottom, and you had all these people looking at you and supporting you and wanting to see you do well.
Mm-hmm.
That's the type of thing, that I find discouraging, as far as the youth and the people who actually want to do more in their life. So that's why as an individual, I used to look up to, uh, certain people. Um, but then I kind of like, the only person I look up to now as a grown ass man is my dad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like, yes, he has his flaws. Everybody does. But I think we as individuals, we have to take responsibility for ourselves and stop trying to mirror someone else and be ourselves and put
Mm-hmm.
ourselves in the best light that we can.
Yeah.
But that's all I'll say on that part.
Yeah, man.
Um, and the last one, this is a good one. Have able-bodied people being relying too heavily on government programs as opposed to working? Meaning, we've noticed that the decline of companies and businesses and certain individuals, putting it out there, hey, I'm hiring or we're hiring, and people are not returning back to work like that because they're relying on the government.
Mm. You know, I can't even. I look. I don't even want to get too strongly rooted into this because we could probably this could be a whole topic by itself.
True.
I'm gonna say yeah to a degree for some people. Some people were lazy before and they've gotten lazier now. Some people have not had a drive and taking this situation for granted and this that and the other. Um, and I think it's problematic to a degree. I can't say that it's a lot of people because I know some people out there who just still out there grinding. They got to keep themselves mentally healthy, so they out there working. But there are a lot of people out there who have been and definitely have been taking you know uh, more reliance on these government programs that's out there. I get it. If you need it, you need it. But you know, I know of some people who uh, have had the opportunity to go back to work
Hmm.
and they've chosen not to because they've been too comfortable sitting at home collecting free money, so to speak.
Right.
Um, I understand if you have a situation that is out of your control and that's what you got to do. But for those out there who have the ability to get out there and grind, um, get out there. You know, that's one of those things that will benefit the economy if you give a damn about that.
Hmm.
Um, that's something that will improve your standing, your work ethic, your leadership, and but I can't jump into that too deep because it'll go all over the place. But yeah, I do think some people have taken advantage of it.
I'll say uh, there are certain individuals who are taking advantage of the system, as they say, meaning they don't want to go to work and they're able bodies. Um, to those people, to each your own. But you
Right.
got to know by not, working or trying to produce anything as far as you as an individual, sooner or later, it's going to bite you in your ass.
It's
Please
gonna hurt.
believe me, it's going to hurt like a mug.
It's gonna
So,
hurt.
again, you have to weigh your choices. If that's the way you feel, you don't want to do anything, so be it.
Pretty
But
much.
you know, at the end of the day, bills still got to be paid. You still got to eat. You still got to clothe yourself. You still got to have insurance to a certain degree. I mean, there are certain responsibilities that you have as an individual, not only to yourself but to your family, that have to be taken care of. So I'm gonna get off that.
Yeah.
Um, on the second part of that, though, I will say if you are an individual who do have the luxury of being able to work from home, take advantage of it. Meaning, get your work done. But if you can work out, work out. If you can get projects done around your house or within your life, whatever it is, do that.
Yes.
Don't just sit around and take advantage of the situation because it's here. And again, I'm not judging you by it. I'm just making a suggestion.
Right.
Just be smart with your time, people. Um, it's crazy that we come to a place where certain individuals are basically taking advantage of the ones of us who are out here, trying to make a difference and who are actually working. Because it's kind of like, to a certain degree, our tax dollars are taking care of things that you are taking advantage of right now.
Right.
And again, no judgment from me, but it's just something to keep in mind.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So
Pretty. Yeah.
that's just what it is right now.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Look here, man. Good conversation. We're gonna wrap
Definitely.
this up though. I mean, we could have went on and on many
True.
different angles, but we wanted to try to keep it brief.
So
Just touch
true.
on a few things. I don't know what we got coming up next week, but we're gonna have something going on. Uh, give a shout out to Kevin Young over there with Grown Folks Radio Worldwide.
Yes, definitely. Kevin Young, y'all guys check out his podcast. It's on
Yes.
fire. Check him out now.
Um, yeah, he got a lot of things going on over there. I just passed the other group that he made. What is it? The Kings Within, something like that. Wait, let me find it real quick so I can give it its proper shout out.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, we're gonna work on getting him on here because the Kings Within Men's Group. Go check that out. Check out Grown Folks Radio Worldwide. Definitely gonna try to get him in there because they be doing some good stuff over there. Shout out to Sheena LV. Check out her podcast, Owning She. All our previous guests that were on here. For all you brats out there, go check out the Brats group. They got a reunion coming up in Orlando this summer. Go check that out. Everybody out there grinding, making it, doing their thing.
Shouts out to Mr. Shaw. Appreciate you, bro.
Yes.
For tuning in.
Yo, and again, look, we got the merch coming, so
That
definitely
merch,
tune
that
in.
merch.
Definitely tune in next week. We're gonna have a giveaway. So yeah, tune in for that. Get ready for the online store. What else you got?
Again, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. Again, we are now in 22 countries. We may have gone up from that, but as of right now, we're in 22 different countries, and we want to thank all of our foreign listeners.
Yes.
Please continue to tune in, and we appreciate the love and support.
Yes, indeed.
So, everybody, thank y'all for tuning in to the King and I Life podcast. And again, we just want to continue to get better, keep bringing you better programs, and do better interviews. So, you guys just hang in here with us. We appreciate it.
Oh, that reminds me. I got to make a connection with someone because I was looking for people to come on, and I got a connection with someone who is working with LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to get on that connection, and I think it's another one who is either retired police officer or something like that. So I got to work that out. I was trying to get a former mayor of Baltimore City, but I was advised that would be not a good look, just because of the, whatever. But
Politics.
yeah, the politics of that person. But but other than that, hey, KINGANDEYE 369 at gmail.com. I ain't got nothing else. What you got?
Peace and joy to the people. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Hey, make sure you check out the podcast. And
Yes, sir.
We out.